are back again, and today we will be building on Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark season two. Right, season two is almost like a soap. Right, it's back again. It's season two, and yesterday the Indiana Fever and the Chicago Sky went against each other. Both teams featuring Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, one black woman, one white woman, both amazing players. Both play two different styles of basketball. Right, Caitlin Clark is uh better on the offensive end, right? She's a wizard with the basketball. She's a great passer. She's a great 3-point shooter. She does everything. She's a facilitator. And on the other end, Angel Reese does the dirty work. Right, for the team, she gets the offensive board. She gets defensive rebounds. She sets screens. She defends you when you get into it. She's a bully down there, even in just her second year. Right, um, she's trying to expound on her mid range, step out. She made a three yesterday, but her style is uh, the total opposite of Kaylin Clark, who is more finesse. Right on the other end, Angel Reese is physical. So as we see, when this comparison comes, it doesn't even make sense. Right? It doesn't even make sense. The only reason that this comparison even exists is because of the racial dynamic in America, black and white, and it goes back to the LSU Iowa game, the championship game where these two teams went at it, and when LSU came out on top, the mostly black team, uh, you know, Kenneth Clark was on the mostly white team. Iowa Americans took sides, and this was the highest rated game of NCAA history, right? I believe to this day. So America loves racial undertones. In 2025, we still haven't got past the racial complex, right? So as AI develops, Americans don't seem to develop with AI, right? They seem to still be mentally stuck, right? In xenophobia and racism and patriarchy, right? So as Caitlin Clark entered the WNBA, many casual fans came into the WNBA with her. When I say casual, I mean they're casual fans of the WNBA, right? They don't really know this game. They don't know Tamika Catchings. They don't know Cheryl Swoops. They don't know Maya Moore, right? They don't know Asia Wilson. They don't know Diana Taurasi, right? They don't respect this game has existed and people have paved the way for um, Caitlin Clark. Although she is amazing, people don't. A lot of men are bringing their patriarchy and uh, racism into the WNBA, and NBA players have always had to deal with it. You play them places like Boston Celtics. Bill Russell dealt with it on a tremendous level, right? But even to this day, you hear LeBron James and others say stories when they played in Utah, when they played in Boston. The fans spit on Trey Young at the Garden, right? So men have always dealt with this. Where now you start to see it in the WNBA, right? You start to see it more in the WNBA as the WNBA comes with more fans, mostly men, right? Uh, men are just nasty for the most part, right? As I always say, so many things go on in America, and people never stop to say, man, you know what? Maybe America has a man problem, right? Men's are top, they lead all categories of negativity, right? Shootings, mass shootings, domestic violence, uh, you name it. Men are at the top of it, right? Men are violent beings, and studies say that when the boys turn 14, between boys and girls, when they turn 14, uh, boys become super violent compared to the female counterpart. So it's something in the man in the patriarchal society where he feels that he is above the woman, right? And as these fans, these male fans that are casuals enter the WNBA to watch Caitlin Clark, she's been called a male by many of them. She's even been attacked for being a Taylor Swift fan, right? And they also attack Angel Reese, right? However, after the game yesterday, when these two this rivalry kicked off again, it was a specific play where Angel Reese had got ripped, right? Ripped meaning the ball was taken from her. On a play before that, it was Caitlin Clark had ripped her, and then it was another play where Caitlin Clark caught her in the post again and ripped her. And when she ripped her, she kind of gave her a little shoulder on the way down, right? I don't know if it's because she felt like Reese was flopping or whatever, but just Caitlin Clark is a tough player. You go back to find some of her highlights at Iowa, and she was a bully at times. That's how she plays. She plays um, unapologetic, and so does Angel Reese, right? She's just on the perimeter, and Angel Reese is down low, and one happens to be black and one happens to be white, and in a racial society, this makes a lot of money, and this makes a lot of poor minds happy to see, right? They take sides and they stir this up, right? So yeah, so Angel Reese catches the ball, and Caitlin Clark swipes at it, and she does a hard swipe, and she knocks her down and gives her a little shoulder on the way down. Angel Reese jumps up and ready to fight, and just like that, I don't know if she's ready to fight, but she's ready to, talk to her. At least, she talk aggressively towards her, and you know, this highlight took over the game. That Chicago Sky got blown out. They trash. Haley Van Lith got to get some minutes because ain't no Chicago Sky had no perimeter play at all. And I want to see Angel Reese actually look to score this year, right? I want you to look to score this year because the WNBA doesn't seem to get you any help, right? Not to get you any help. Indiana Fever, Caitlin Clark was amazing, had a triple double, but she has more help on the perimeter. And she has Boston down low. Like it's not even close. She got the vet on her team. Like it's not even close. Sophie Cunningham, it's not even close. Like Chicago Sky is terrible, and Angel Reese had to learn how to just get the ball and stop being a little more offensive minded. She needs more perimeter play, and she also needs to when she gets the ball down low, be more offensive minded. A little too passive to be on that weak team. Now, again, we see when that happened, we seen it ignite all of the stuff from last season, season one, when the two were rookies, right? Going all the way back to the freshman year. Everybody is attacking Angel Reese, right? Angel Reese is the mad black woman. That's the undertone. The mad black woman that even black men don't really seem to, many black men don't even seem to really care or show any sympathy towards her, right? They could care less, right? They on Caitlin Clark's side, right? We haven't seen LeBron James is a big Caitlin Clark fan, rightfully so. I'm a big Caitlin Clark fan myself. Yet he's never publicly jumped in to defend Angel Reese, right? Not saying he has to, but I mean, if she's getting called our name, allegedly being called monkey and all kind of stuff, you could imagine, right? Uh, why the radical right wing that are notoriously racist are attacking her, and they in Indiana, right? One of the homes of the Klan. So we got to keep this in mind. Now, this goes back to when Angel Reese won that game at LSU, right? Angel Reese went up to Caitlin Clark, and she put the ring finger to her, right? And many hated Caitlin Clark, many hated Angel Reese ever since, right? Many racist white, not all white Americans, racist white Americans, and a lot of men, even black men, hated. The whole manosphere hates and this is what we're gonna deal with in this conversation, the undertone of people not liking Angel Reese, right? It's a lot of the manosphere that hates black women, right? Especially black women that are not, in a patriarchal society that are not submissive and gentle and kind, right? Angel Reese is not that. Angel Reese is a uh, sexy, beautiful woman. She's not afraid of her femininity. She'll wear whatever she wants. However, she's unapologetic with the way that she feels. Right? She's outspoken, and she's she'll wear what she want to wear. Right? She represents the hip hop girl, and that red pill manosphere, which happens to be radical right wing, patriarchal, uh, dominant minded, anti woman, MAGA, we hate women club. They hate black women, and they hate all women, but they definitely hate black women even the black men, like a Myron Gaines, hates these type of black women, right? So when they see Angel Reese, they see this type of black woman that can be put in a place. And we want to talk about how this type of hip hop girl image that the black woman has took on uh, has been used against her, right? Because the hip hop is a at its root, it's a a lot of gangster rap, hip hop comes from the prison. This comes from a masculine standpoint, dealing with the ego. I'm the best. I'm the illest nigga. I'm the illest rapper. Niggas, y'all, none of y'all can. Nobody want to battle me, right? I got the best Jordans. I got the best shoes. I got the best Rolex. I got the best, the braggadocio. This is the Jay Z. It's the alpha male image, right? And as black women came into this sport, black women had to take on these characteristics, right? So as black women got into hip hop, black women, for the most part, started taking on black men, the black hip hop men's traits, right? And that went against the Christianity, religious element where it's a hierarchy system where it's God, man, woman, child. In hip hop, and it's the man and the woman rule at the same time, right? Just like some ancient African civilizations, right? It's sometimes the women rule. Right now, the women on top of hip hop, right? In the mainstream. So this is what she represents. This is what Angel Reese represents, and diehard, patriarchal, uh, big time Christians, especially the men, uh, that they lean more towards a Caitlin Clark because when you look at a Caitlin Clark, you see a small town, small city, Iowa chick. She was on the team with the girl. Caitlin Clark is not as innocent as many basketball fans think, right? However, she goes about it where you don't really catch everything she does as far as like Angel Reese does everything like out in the open, right? It's kind of like Tupac is this in Big putting names on it, and Big like they did you subliminally. So people be like, oh Big, that they limit Big's role in the beef because the way he did it, right? Angel Reese says things publicly and outlandishly, and she's unapologetic with it. While Caitlin Clark does her dirt between screens, she might give you a little elbow. She might swap the ball out from you and give you some shoulder, right? Um, Taunt you and people don't see that. So, and all she was part of that Iowa team, where the Iowa team, Iowa and LSU, right? Before that legendary game, as I said before in the previous build, the Iowa girls was playing Taylor Swift, and the LSU girls was playing Boosie Set It Off, right? So you see the element of the hip hop, black hip hop girl versus uh, the white pop girl, right? And pop, the white woman is still dominated by pop. The white woman still love Sabrina Carpenter and Taylor Swift, and still a pop element, still a softer element, even though they still do that girl power thing. Hip hop is Lotto, right? Angel Reese was in the Lotto was in the Lotto video with Cardi B, and a lot of these patriarchal men they hate WAP, they hate Meg Thee Stallion, they hate Lotto, they hate that over sexualized black woman, that over sexualized woman in general, right? And Angel Reese represents that, right, to them. So that's also a reason why she catches some heat. Right now, the hip hop girl don't since she don't represent femininity, men don't feel like they need to protect her as much, right? Nah, you tough, right? You tough, so they don't feel the need to protect her, right? Because she flossing money. She bragging. She got the chain. She got the Cuban link on. She do everything the hip hop nigga doing, and nobody feel bad for the hip hop nigga. No, everybody they don't like the hip hop guy, so they definitely don't like the hip hop girl, right? She's not. They didn't like Mayweather. Right, Mayweather's arrogant. He running with 50 Cent. He represent the hip hop. Everybody want to see you lose. So this is the characteristics that Angel Reese represents, and this character is not what the people love, especially coming from a black woman that's arrogant. Right, How we see Conor McGregor arrogant, he get a pass, right? Caitlin Clark arrogant, she get a pass. However, Angel Reese arrogant, we hate that. Mayweather arrogant, he need to humble himself. We want to see this nigga get humble, right? Now, it was so bad, and you can see this dynamic that even when Joe Biden was in office and LSU won, they all supposed to go to the president. You know, that's the tradition. Um, you know, Biden's wife, she wants to invite the Iowa girls and Caitlin Clark too for the first time, and that showed you right there that yo the world feels for this white woman. The white woman is protected even when she loses in a basketball game, fair and square. The world still want to give her a trophy, right? Nobody cared. If Angel Reese and LSU would have lost, nobody would have cared, right? But since it's the mostly white Iowa team and Caitlin Clark lose, they get an invite. And Caitlin Clark rejects this. Caitlin Clark is like, what? See, she don't even she and Paige Becker spoke on it like that they can see it. The white women can see it if they want to see it, they choose to see it. They can see the privilege that they get, right? However, um, it remains. The fact still remains, right? So we even seen that element, right? Um, see, many of our sisters are again what I call hip hop girls, and the hip hop girl carries the hip hop guy's energy with her, right? She's his equal to a fault, right? That's why so many of our sisters that grew up around hip hop culture are not submissive women, as you see with Angel Reese, right? She's dominant, right? She hip basketball. You have to kind of have a little bit of a masculine energy to you to a degree, right? Even though I know that the WNBA got the baddies in motion right now, you got to carry a little bit of that I'm the best mentality, right? Uh, but again, the hip hop guy, right? This the black man's image is damaged through hip hop, right? From 1986 to 2025, right? And uh, if his image is damaged, then his woman's image is damaged, right? And nobody feels for the black woman because the black woman is connected to the black man, the black hip hop man. The black hip hop woman don't get a pass because she's a counterpart of the black hip hop man who America hates. Even some niggas hate. Even black people hate the hip hop nigga, right? You living in the suburb, you done finally made it to the suburb, right? You done change your life and you living good, you wanna raise your family, and then next thing you know, dun, dun, dun. Who this nigga is, nigga pulling on your street? How the hell this nigga get here? You don't even want that nigga in you become you that's the mentality. And if you a black man and you get that mentality about niggas, how you think the rest of the country feel about niggas? Just think about that. That's something to sit with. You know what I'm saying? It's a harsh reality, right? It's that culture. It's that culture that you represent that niggas don't like, right? A lot of immigrants that come to this country, they don't like that culture. They don't like the black hip hop culture, right? They don't like They think it's trouble. They think it's bad. They think you arrogant. They think you do too much. You got to have 5 chains on. You got to have a car on foot 50s. You feel me? I'm being extra, but that's the point, right? Everybody look at this and feel this type of way, right? And you don't get it, right? It's some jealousy in there, but it's some elements in there too where it's like, yo, this is just a ignorant culture, right? And Angel Reese, she represents that. Ja Morant represents that. Ja Morant catch a lot of heat on the male side, and Angel Reese catch a lot of heat on the woman's side, right? And it's racism undertones, xenophobic undertones, and on Angel Reese's side, it's patriarchal undertones that she's catching, right? But the black woman lost her feminine image to the world when she fully embraced hip hop, right? Because coming out of slavery and coming out of Jim Crow, the black woman was seen as the woman that didn't curse as much, right? The woman that wore the long dress in the South, you know what I mean? She was a Bible thumper and we still have many left in the country, right? But the hip hop girl, the hip hop sister replaced that, and that's what Angel Reese represents, right? That's what Flojo represents, right? So again, now that they dealing with the fact of being connected to the hip hop guy, right? Right? When you look at that Iowa team that Clark was a part of, the world sees something totally different, right? And we have to be objective to see these lessons. We have to, right? When the world sees uh Caitlin Clark and our Iowa team, they see gentle, kind-hearted, down-to-earth girls, right? From good families, well-mannered, star boys drinking pop music, right? Singing young girls who just like to hoop, right? That's what they see. So, on the other end, Angel Reese they not seeing Angel Reese with that type of grace, right? All women in a patriarchal society get grace to a fault at times, right? That's why women could go to court, and as bad as they was, the judge is kind of like, I wanna side with the woman because he feel he still need to protect her. I have a daughter. It's men, even though in a patriarchal society, men feel like, you know, uh, we are above women, which we are not. However, even when we mean well, we want to protect women, and some women reject that because some women like, y'all want to be treated as equals, right? So even though we see Caitlin Clark rejecting the the society that's wanting to baby her. She don't want to be baby. She don't want to be treated with no special privilege. However, the patriarchal dominant society feels that we need to protect her. Even what did Trump say? We're gonna protect you even if you don't want to be protected, right? See, as far although they was calling Kamala all kind of, she slept her way to the top, and what I'm saying, you just disrespected her whole thing. You want to protect the white woman, right? The white woman has always been protected in America, right? Even the black man today in today's time would rather protect the white woman, right? That's conservative and it seems a little softer than to protect the the hip hop girl, the hip hop sister who talk back, and she got a grill in her mouth, and she ain't back, she ain't apologizing to no nigga, nothing. Right? And Angel Reese give off that. Angel Reese give off that unapologetic vibe, even though she's soft. She's at the same time she's dual, right? And so is Angel Reese, and so is Caitlin Clark. But the public perception matters, right? Public perception matters, right? And this is what happens. So when Caitlin Clark is fouled, even last year she was fouled when she's fouled hard. Skip Bayless and all of them want to protect her. They have to protect the white girl. Like, yo, get up, Angel. Right? Yo, the WNBA, they hate Caitlin Clark. This ain't right. This ain't right. They want to protect the white woman, right? We seen that in films. We like Rosewood, right? We gotta protect her. We gotta protect her. Nothing wrong with that, but make it justified, right? And when Angel Reese is foul hard, right? Nobody cares. Nobody even come help her up, right? That's the game. So that's what we seeing, right? See the world, especially men, see the woman on the left, see white women, right? The woman pictured on the left automatically is more gentle and kind, less trouble, easier to deal with, right? Better attitude, etc., and more deserving of protection. If someone harms the woman on the left, white woman, right? Men will step in to protect them. But the woman on the right, the black, the hip hop girl, right? They don't get the same treatment from men all the world when they are disrespected or harmed. It's almost normal, sadly, and many men, even black, do not feel as bad for them or even feel the need to try to defend them, right? This is because the two groups of women are vibrating on two different frequencies, right? One masculine and one feminine. Although the human is dual, public image matters, right? So the hip hop sister is seen as a masculine figure. When Angel Reese is seen as a masculine figure, bullying the pop loving Taylor Swift, Kayla Clark, right? You bullying the pop singer, right? And you the hip hop, you running with Glorilla and all them, right? Again, when Meg got shot, allegedly Meg got shot, right? And I'm not even taking a side in that, but I don't know what happened. I wasn't there, yeah. But Meg got shot, and if she did get shot, niggas was like, nah, well, it is what it is. Free Tory, free Tory. See, if Meg was white, I don't think niggas would say that publicly. I just don't. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Right? It's kind of like Aiden Ross the other day going off on Doechii, calling her bitch this, bitch that, right in front of black men, and black men didn't say nothing because it's normalized, that the black woman, he talking about a black woman like that. That's cool. He talking about Meg like that too. See, Aiden Ross feels what they feel, what some black men feel, because the domestic violence is high on black women, higher on black women, right? Oh, you tough? The bitch shouldn't have been talking shit. That's why I hit her. See what I'm saying? So this is the game. See, the hip hop girl is tough. She go to jail sometimes for street shit like Lil Kim, right? Lil Kim went to jail when we mob pot somebody, right? Her dad, her uncle, her brother, somebody in the family of street guys. She was raised in rough neighborhoods and schools with street guys, right? Her child father is sometimes a street guy, the hip hop guy, right? She know rap nigga lyrics. When we was growing up, all the girls knew My Kitchen, Gucci Man, a song about cooking dope. Go to a Boosie concert, all the girls singing word for word. Set it off in this motherfucker. We're gonna be outside your house, nigga. You know what I'm saying? This the frequency that the sisters is operating on, right? See, the black woman's image has been killed through hip hop culture, just like the black man's, right? It has. So, she's seen as hypersexual, blunt smoking, gun toting, money crazy, materialistic crazy, gang banging, tatted up, ghetto, not backing down from nobody. I don't need no nigga. I don't need no man. I could raise a kid by myself. This is the mentality. And this is why so many black men is like, yo, I don't fuck with sisters no more, cause they too much. Right? You got pictures of sisters carrying hammers like street niggas, throwing that ass. They don't care about being in no family. They ain't trying to be in no family. They ain't trying to let you leave no house. Right? See, the white woman's image, it's not in the trash yet. She's still seen as a loving, kind-hearted, gentle woman that loves the police. Right? She backed the blue and loves honest, hardworking men. She's a caring because she's anti-criminal. She's a family woman, a soccer mom. She bakes cookies. She's patriotic. She doesn't want to be the man or compete with him. Right? You seen her. Now we ain't riding with Kamala. And they got mad. All the sisters said we going with Kamala. We just need our white woman to be down with us. The white woman said, nah, not this time either. And they roll with their man. See, they submissive to the man because the white man have power and the black man don't. The white man have real power and the black man don't. He just got a gun. That a false sense of power. But that's another story for another time, right? So the white woman still follows the white man. The black woman do her own thing. And you see it in politics, right? You see it in politics, right? Even when Bobby, right? That's the white girl, right? Her sarcasm interviews, she do the dry comedy with black women artists. See her character of an innocent, naive white girl interviewing black women, black street girls, black hip hop girls who ain't innocent at all, right? And the black woman in the interview, Sukiana in this specific one I'm showing, right, is attempting to corrupt the innocent white girl with her bottom class culture and hypersexuality, right? And money by any means attitude. I'm gonna take you to the strip club. We're gonna get this bag. I'm gonna put you on this. Smoke this L. See the black woman, the black hip hop girl, she act like a street nigga. Ain't nobody like street niggas. They talking about black fatigue. They talking about street niggas, right? And who's right behind that? The street girls. And that's what they feel Angel Reese represents. So when she get knocked down, don't nobody care. Get your ass up. You said you were tough. Goddamn. Right? Peace to brother Kevin Samuels, right? He said a lot of true things, but he was also famous for being super harsh and mean spirit to black women publicly, right? The ironic thing is nobody really jumped in from another race or even this race to defend black women, right? No public figures. While the time he was hosting, right? I thought some stuff was truth telling. However, he was nasty to black women, right? And no black figure stepped up publicly to be like, yo, I don't like that. No black man stepped up to defend, right? Even though no white man, because they felt like, hey, do your thing, y'all tough, right? Y'all, them gold digging bitches, they gold digging anyway, right? So nobody feel for the black woman. So she masculine, right? That's her image. We talking image. So the white woman always gets saved, right? We watch the films. The white woman is always saved in the end, right? From Superman, Batman, the white woman always gets saved, right? The black woman rarely gets saved in the film. The black woman has to be very hard and get it out the mud many times, right? Her father was barely there for her. She grew up in a more aggressive community where being fast was rewarded, right? She's in pain. The black woman is in pain and she wears it on her sleeve just like the black man. She has to work twice as hard as the white woman. She had to smile more, right? She had to smile more not to get cast as the angry black woman. She has to be mom and dad sometime, right? She never was protected, right? Right? Her father didn't show up for her, right? Her man locked up. Her man locked up, and y'all say shouldn't have chose that nigga, bitch. That's how Sneako and them talk, right? So she's damaged, right? And the black man don't defend her at all. And it's rare even in the film that the sister gets saved, right? Set it off was a horror film, as I told you before. It was a horror film for black women, right? All them sisters getting gunned down like that. No black man to step up for them. See, in Django, say what you want about Tarantino, but Django got the girl. In the end, he saved the black woman. It's one of the rare films where the black woman is saved by the black man, thanks to Tarantino, right? Say what you want. Have some racist films. I feel like the dialogue in some of the films was a little harsh. However, it gave you Tarantino, right? And sometimes, some creators are just being very real, right? Some characters are racist, right? Some Americans are racist. We see when we look at these Angel Reese being called a monkey and all kind of things, right? Again, so when Angel Reese is knocked down, clothesline, nobody cares. No celebrity black man or any man jumps in to defend Angel Reese publicly, right? The black woman got to charge it to the game. She'll be all right. You tough, right? Niggas get fouled every day, B, right? But when it's Clark on the ground, hey, yo, that ain't right. Get up. Yo, the WNBA, all the masculine niggas, they hate Caitlin Clark. They hating on her money. They hating. They hating. You see the black man buck dancing for Caitlin Clark? She don't want y'all niggas, man. She don't want y'all anyway, right? She don't want y'all. Angel Reese don't want y'all niggas either. But you get my point, nigga. But we about to wrap this up, right? See, the black woman is the most abused woman in the country statistically. She is killed the most in domestic violence incidents. She is killed the most in gun violence at a higher rate than white women. She is the least likely for a man to marry, right? She is the number one victim of sex trafficking. And since the world does not feel for the black woman, the black hip hop girl specifically, because they believe she's a tough woman who is not kind and gentle and submissive, right? So nobody really cares, right? Right? If all these numbers that I just listed, these statistics was white women, I bet you white men will fix it or make it an issue. Why y'all niggas love rap? Who rapping about it? It don't matter, right? Even in the sex world, the black woman's image is a lot of sex craze, right? She's sex craze, right? She love a big penis. The black woman, yo, you nigga, you better be swinging. That's what the black women on Twitter talk about all day. How big it did though. That's pain, right? That's pain. So she a sex crazed woman. She want to deal with pain. Damn. So this even ties into that pain element, right? Right? It's not a kind, gentle. She don't listen to kind, gentle love making music no more. Many black women ain't even listening to R&B like that no more. They listen to Summer Walker. Summer Walker is, I love Summer Walker, but some of that is, I don't need no nigga. I'm tired of these niggas. And then the rest of it, they listening to Rod Wave and they listening to Lil Durk. They listening to mumble rap, gangster rappers, right? So that's the image. Listen to the lyrics, right? Right? Look at a woman like, you know, uh, Margaret Robbie, right? Margaret Robbie, she hot right now, right? See, if Tory Lanez had shot Margaret Robbie, even hypothetically, whether it was true or not, if she even put that allegation out, his ass would be under the motherfucking jail. And black men would be scared to say, free Tory. But since he shot a black woman and a brown skinned black woman at that, and she masculine, and she hyper masculine, and she twerking all day, and she ain't classy, she ain't feminine, nobody really cares, she ain't got no husband, nobody care. Right now, niggas is publicly saying free Tory. Chris Brown said free Tory. Drake said free Tory. Right? I don't know, maybe they know something we don't know. But anyway, right? That's what happened. That's the image that's playing a part of that, right? The white man never played about his woman historically. He didn't, right? Didn't, right? He never let her be abused publicly, right? And black men are still to this day subconsciously afraid to go against Caitlin Clark. So they rather side with Angel Reese. I mean, they rather go against Angel Reese. It's safer to go that way, right? Uh, you know, again, again to wrap it up, right? The hip hop girl suffers the same fate as the hip hop man, hip hop black girl, black man, right? Black men are killed daily on the news by each other, and it's normal now. Nobody cares. Black men killed by police, and people ask what he did, what he do though, right? Because the image is painted as him as thug life. You a thug life nigga. Nobody like you. And the hip hop girl now has to deal with the reality of the same fate, right? The same fate of her image. Black women are dying daily in domestic violence. Nobody cares. Millions of black women missing. Nobody cares. Sadly, the harsh treatment seems to come with the image, right? This the image. Image is big, right? Although both of these young ladies, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, are great at the craft and possess masculine and feminine energy at different times, the reality is that one of these women is connected to a group of women that is automatically perceived by the society, true or false, as less innocent and less gentle and more loud and more ghetto and more tougher and more defiant and more angry and less submissive and more promiscuous, right? Etc. etc. And that group rarely gets saved by the men, even the black men. In fact, they are easier targets, right? So the world rarely feels bad for them when they suffer. They are not protected by the shield of the innocent, kind-hearted, nurturing, family-oriented, patriotic pop singing sweet girl image, right? That's what Angel Reese is suffering right now. If Angel Reese, even though she is black, I'll give you this. If Angel Reese was a sweet, well, she is sweet, by the way, but if, let's say her image was uh, kind-hearted, sweet, gentle, I don't curse, I don't listen to rap, I only listen to pop, and, and that's it. She wouldn't be getting treated this way. Let's be honest. She's being treated this way, and it's it's being normalized because nobody likes that image, right? Nobody likes that Cardi B, uh, Megan Thee Stallion, that ghetto image, that hip hop image of women in a patriarchal society. Women need to stay in a motherfucking place and be quiet and stop acting arrogant and stop podcasting so much. Right? Get your ass on the court. Learn how to make a layup. Bitch. Right? That's what they saying. That's what they saying. So, as many sisters got into the hip hop realm, they picked up masculine traits and put down the femininity traits. And one of the things is when you pick up the masculine trait, a man don't no longer feel like he needs to protect you. In fact, he wants to see you get humbled. So many men from the patriarchal mindset, even black men, are subconsciously rooting for Angel Reese to get humbled and be quiet, right? And be quiet and shut up and dribble. Just go out there like Caitlin Clark, get married to a husband like Caitlin Clark. Listen to pop music instead of so much rap music like Caitlin Clark. Stop trying to be down with the rappers like Caitlin Clark and just focus on the game. Some of that is true. Some of that may be true. But the reason Angel Reese is feeling the effects that she's feeling is because nobody likes that type of black woman. Nobody likes an outspoken woman in general, especially when you black and especially when you associated to the thug nigga culture, thug hip hop culture. See how John Morant being treated. See how Iverson was treated. Out. One thing I learned is when I got out of that culture, right? I noticed how much now that I was on the outside looking in, because you can't look at it when you inside it. When you step out of it, you see how much people hate it. How much people hate that culture. It stinks. It reeks to them. Right? And they want nothing to do with it. They don't want their kids to have nothing to do with it. And they don't like you if you represent that. You know? And on that note, family, we out. Peace.